Back late Wednesday night film sesh.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
been a minute, been a minute. We have got a lot of things to talk about. I were saying about this pre-recording. I'm out of the loop on a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. Same,
Let's
a little bit.
yeah, let's hop into it with this LSU. Well, actually, there's so many. It keeps getting even crazier and crazier with all the firings and everything.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. Now LSU and Brian Kelly suing LSU
yeah.
for wrongful termination. And it seems like it's coming to light that LSU might actually lose this.
I think they will, man. Like they're saying, yeah, they haven't paid him his buyout, from my understanding, and then they're saying that the AD didn't have the full authority to fire him.
Yeah.
So to that, I would ask, okay, so what if he decides to show up at work tomorrow? Like, right? You know what I'm saying? What if he decides, okay, I want to coach for the Arkansas game? Are y'all gonna say that the person that fired him, since they don't work there, like was he never actually fired? Can he still show up? I think they're gonna lose it. They kicked him out of there. They named the interim head coach, and y'all got if y'all gonna get rid of him, man, you gotta pay that buyout.
Yeah. Uh, and then, like I said before we film this, it seems like this from just from this tweet, Scott Woodward did not have the full authority to fire him because he needed board of specialist approval. So, and not to mention, is Scott Woodward, didn't he just get fired too?
He's fired too.
So it's just like a whole mess. I know, like the state governor said before he fired him that he was not going to have any authority in this next hire.
I'm, I'm gonna need like 30 seconds here.
Okay.
Governor Landry. I know you don't know me yet. We haven't had the pleasure of meeting. I'm sure we will at some point. Stay the hell out of football business.
I know exactly.
Goodness gracious, man.
As
Stay
you're
off
wearing an
the Pat
Alabama
McAfee
jacket.
show as I'm wearing my Alabama jacket. Stay off the Pat McAfee show. Stop trying to hire Donald Trump as the next head coach or letting him find the next head coach. Stop kissing up to that man and let the athletic director,
The new one.
the new one, right, hire his own coach. Now, I will say this. I get with Scott Woodard and everything. He engineered two of the largest buyouts in college football history.
Probably
At
two of the
the
worst
same time,
hirings too.
look at the AD's job is not just football.
Yeah.
And look at what he's done with pretty much every other sport on campus outside of men's basketball.
I was literally about to say men's basketball, which not was he there with Will Wade? I can't remember. Was he there for Will Wade or no? Was that his hire?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Will Wade was his
That was
hire.
a miss. That was a complete not
It
just
was.
not anyone's fault, but Will Wade's fault. That's not the point. But yeah, funny that you're back. Anyways, go on, go on.
Yeah, but no, stay out of the business. You don't know what you're talking about.
Hmm.
The people that you want to bring in don't know what they're talking about because they're just people that you like. Stay out of it. You are going to make LSU worse than it
Oh
is.
yeah.
You are making the job less attractive than it already is in a competitive SEC. Now, granted, LSU will forever be one of the best jobs in the country, I believe.
Mhm.
But not when you have a governor who thinks he knows the game of football and knows the right guys to pick as a coach, right? He
Yeah.
talking about, Donald Trump will pick a winner to be the head coach. As much as I hate Brian Kelly, nobody can say Brian Kelly was not a winner before he got hired at LSU. I mean, what he was winning 70% of his games in his career.
Yeah. He was
Uh
the James Franklin of the SEC.
Very much so, right? And or James Franklin of the Independents, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yes.
most of that stuff was when he was at Notre Dame. But stay the hell out of football. Stay the hell out of LSU's athletic business. The rest of the stuff, I'll leave for you to do that. You can deal with all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Football,
I want to put a pin in this though, real quick,
go ahead.
because as you're wearing this Alabama jacket,
Yeah.
why would you not want this to happen? We're gonna be
You
honest.
know, I I don't want it to happen for principle, right? You know what I'm saying? And at our station, one of the things we do is the LSU Alabama special. Uh, and it's so fun, and nobody wants to contribute to the special when LSU is just going to keep getting their butt kicked every year. It's three in a row that we've got, man. Spice it up, make it interesting. At least keep it within single digits. So
Yeah. And this is was on the boards too about I'm gonna throw this in here too because it's kind of on topic, but Josh Heupel is a name that's been thrown out for this this coaching search.
oh, I
That
haven't
will not
heard.
happen. If that happens, I don't want to say what would happen if that happens. Let me just say that. But on that note, I don't know
Bring
if you
Wayne back to Tennessee if that happens.
no, no, no. That's a burn. That's a bridge that's already burned. But everyone calling for Josh Heupel's job, which I don't
I
know.
think it's insane.
I've not, other than like the national media, I've not seen any of that. I don't know where
Me,
that's coming from. I
I'm the
know like
same as you.
I know like JD Piquel, Josh Pate. I think Herb Street said some stuff. I think Herb Street might be wrong.
I can't remember, but
I think Herb Street did say something. Like I said, I'm out of the loop of that because I've not seen that outside the national media, and I think it might be a narrative they're trying to push. But anyways, uh, I don't know where LSU goes with this because
yeah,
it seems like Ole Miss is giving Lane Kiffin a crazy contract extension, but then it seems like Florida's paying him supposed to be paying him the highest contract, and then now LSU is in the loop.
yeah. I think it's interesting. So I'm under the belief that Lane's not going anywhere, right?
Mm.
But um, to my knowledge, he hasn't signed a contract extension yet.
No, it's just been talks from what I've seen.
So I do think it's interesting that very quickly when names got brought up, Matt Rule signed an extension
Hmm.
and
Signetti,
Signetti signed an extension, and those happened very, very quickly.
yeah,
So for lanes to be dragging out this much, I think is pretty interesting.
yeah,
But I I don't know where you go. I wonder if uh a guy that I haven't heard a whole lot about lately, but I think needs to be talked about is Joe Brady. Uh,
okay,
out there in Buffalo
yeah,
was the guy who really turned Joe Burrow's career around when he was at LSU, already has the ties, was on that 2019 national championship squad or coaching staff. I think that's a guy who I think should probably be the top candidate. And I'm wondering if they're trying to take this huge swing if they don't go after some of these guys that are in the NFL. What about when Mike McDaniel gets fired from the Dolphins?
yeah.
At the end of this year, who doesn't think he might be able to lead
Are
college
you
guys?
saying? Are you gonna say that's happening? Are you saying that's happening right now?
I'm not saying that's happening. I'm just saying these are names to be considered.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So I, I think there's more names on the table probably than we're thinking about. If the governor is willing to get involved to make this huge swing that they're going to make. So
yeah. Uh,
I
on that
think
note,
McDaniel will be a hell of a recruiter.
huh?
I, I, honestly, I came up with that Mike McDaniel as I was saying it, but I think he would be a hell of a recruiter,
Oh
and that
yeah,
would be the most fun offenses to watch in college. Just saying.
dude. Let's write that in stone. Mike McDaniel, the new head coach for the LSU
There we
Tigers.
go. Let's do it.
uh, well, there's another firing that happened too. Yeah, we'll talk about that first. Hugh Freeze just got dropped as well.
Get them gone.
Yeah, we saw. I mean, that was bound to happen. We saw it coming.
Hmm.
The reaction to the players says a lot too. If I'm going to be honest, I've seen a lot of stories and reactions from them. I'm going to leave it at that. But
Yeah.
what do you got on that? Anything?
I think it's been interesting, like Kelly Freeze. You usually don't see players this vocal after
No.
coaches get fired. So I just think that's interesting, probably very telling. Um, yeah, man, Hugh Freeze. I'm this one. I'm really sad. I'm sad to see him go. I was hoping, he'd be able to ride out through the end of the year at
Yeah,
least.
but you
Maybe
got the interim boost to deal with now.
we got
And
the
I,
interim boost to deal with for the Iron Bowl, man. It makes it even scarier, honestly.
yeah.
But no, I'm sad he's gone, honestly, from the
Yeah.
fact of a fan. There's a guy I feel bad for out there, a guy that we know, Jay Hardy, man.
Shout him out. Shout him out.
Shout him out. Went left from Auburn to go to Liberty to be under Hugh Freeze, then followed Hugh Freeze back to Auburn, and then he gets fired. That sucks, man.
Yeah, it
But
sucks.
it's crazy how little I've heard Golish's name since early in the season. I'm not saying he's an
I've got,
Auburn, but
huh?
I'm not saying he's an Auburn candidate, but I just find it interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna ride with Golish till the day I die. But I've been seeing some things about maybe Arkansas with him. That's just been thrown out there.
Yeah,
Uh, but yeah, it is. It's just such a confusing coaching carousel right now.
yeah.
It is.
I do think a good place, Auburn, with the expectations they should have, not the ones they do have, but what they should have. James Franklin could be a fit there.
See, I thought he was getting hired by Virginia Tech. That was I saw a lot of that originally, and now I have not seen anything since.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back to the SEC.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it either. But then there's like the name of Shane Beamer going to Virginia Tech. I'm not saying that's a good thing or
Right.
bad thing, but then and like I said, it's just gonna get all kinds of even
This is gonna be the
crazy.
most interesting coaching carousel. Like,
Yeah, and Norvell I think is on the hot seat in my opinion.
gotta be. I think he's just. I think they're just waiting till. I think it's like a point after the season when
Yeah,
his payout drops by like 10 million. They're
makes
like
sense.
waiting for that.
Makes sense. And now I'm gonna go on this train real quick too because I don't know how Mark Stoops has a freaking job, and I know they just beat Florida. Okay,
Hey, they keep winning.
I know they just,
Every time he's supposed to be out, they win.
but let me tell you, they got a. I don't know how they're the favorite in this Tennessee Tech game. Shout
In the Tennessee Tech,
Dude, they're 10-0. Come on, I'm putting money on Tennessee Tech this weekend. But
man.
uh but there's a name out there for Kentucky to be a perfect fit. And I don't know how Mark Stoops has a job. If I'm gonna be completely honest, I say that they just beat Florida. Although DJ Lagway got benched. If you would have told me that before, that'd have been
Yeah.
crazy. Along with Garrett Nussmeier being benched.
Hey, I was there for that one.
Was it an actual benching or was it like he's an injured?
It was the benching. So, from what I can remember, and I have the clip of it somewhere. Got a great angle of it, by the way. But it was this play. They were in the red zone. He holds onto the ball for too long, spins himself into a sack,
Mhm.
um, and he got up and he was fine. And the next play, Van Buren came in, or the next drive, Van Buren came in.
Yeah.
So it was a drive-ending play. Um, and talking to Frank Wilson after the game, man, that sounds crazy to say, but yeah, when we
Yeah.
talked to him after the game, he told us that it was a benching indirectly, saying that they felt that Van Buren's legs would provide more value to them in that game than Garrett Nussmeier was. And but he wouldn't give us specifics on if there was a QB battle going on this week.
Yeah.
But there may be one, or there may be some QB rotating depending on situation for LSU for the rest of the year.
Yeah. Also, I got something really completely messed up, okay?
Yeah,
Because John Sumrall was the coach at Tulane that was former Kentucky coach.
got you. So that's where you want to know.
That's yes. Anyways,
I do have a name I want to throw out for the coaching carousel though, or two.
okay.
One that I know we've talked about. I haven't heard as much about it lately. Is I just find it hard to believe that nobody's going to give John Gruden a call.
That's what we said that before. And he said he wanted to coach in the SEC.
I don't know if LSU is the job. I could see Auburn being it.
Yeah.
Number two, and this hurts my soul to say, uh, Ryan Grubb.
Yeah.
I think somebody's gonna give him a call. I don't think he will leave, but I think somebody's gonna give him a call and somebody's gonna have him on their board.
I could see that.
I mean, the man's been, for the most part, calling his ass off this season. He's shown that he can be creative in the offense. got way more efficient than it was last year. Granted, different style quarterback, but when he
That was your
re
guy, though. That was your guy, right?
who Grub?
No, no, Milrow.
I mean, yeah, I still rock with Milrow. I think Milrow would have had a better year if Grubb had been there.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I do. I don't think Dick Sheridan is a play caller at heart, man. I
No,
think he can be coach.
I like that. I could see that happening too. God, I lost my train of thought. But I mean, even Gruden at Florida though, that makes sense. I
Gruden at
could,
Florida would make a lot of sense.
yeah. But it's
That's if the ideal situation that I see for Gruden. Like that's where I see Gruden at.
yeah. Oh, dude, it's. I'm trying to think of other school because what? How many? Let's see. Arkansas, LSU, Auburn, Florida. Four coaches there. Venables was kind of on the hot seat. I think he's safe now.
Safe.
If I'm gonna be honest.
You gotta add Tech in there. Virginia Tech
Virginia
is
Tech.
Penn State is in
Um,
there. Florida
now I feel
State
like
will be up there at the end of the year.
Florida State, but all the collateral damage of who goes who is going to be crazy.
Exactly. Like if if a coach leaves from another power program, you start to see the carousel go crazy. It's
It's like basketball.
the carousel madness will depend on I think Lane because if Lane for whatever reason decides to leave, Ole Miss becomes a very attractive job.
Yeah, and but this is another thing is like with Ole Miss, you I can see them going 11-1 now.
Yeah. Why would you leave?
How long do you want to hold out on Lane Kiffin? Because he'll be in the playoffs, possibly playing for a spot in the SEC championship, possibly. Do you want to wait all that time?
And then he says no.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
On that note, we just mentioned Venables. Big game this weekend. Talk me through it. Talk me through it. How are we feeling?
Yeah, man. I think it's gonna look ugly. I think it's gonna be a nasty, low scoring type of game. Their pass rush is solid, as well as their run defense is one of the best in the country. And we couldn't run the ball against some kindergartners right now. I'm telling you, like we cannot run the ball to save our lives. But we really haven't needed to run the ball to win games, and I don't expect that to be the case, or I expect that to still be the case here. We
Yeah.
probably won't need to run. We won't need a 100-yard carrier to win this game. Um, I just don't think Oklahoma's offense is going to be able to operate efficiently enough against Bama's defense that's come along a whole bunch. Our pass rush has come along a whole bunch, as well as our run defense. I don't think Oklahoma's going to be able to score the ball in Tuscaloosa enough times to beat us. Uh, and the key last year, Oklahoma's offense really did not score that many points. Um, it was their defense that I think their defense had a pick six and a pick that set them up in the red zone, I believe. Last year, that was 14 points pretty much that their defense scored for them. I expect that not to happen because we have a quarterback that does not make mistakes really in Ty Simpson, and he protects the ball when he puts it in the air better than probably any quarterback in college football right now. So I expect it to be a probably low scoring double digit win for Alabama, probably really similar to the LSU score, something around 20-10.
Yeah. We mentioned this before too, because I was out on the loop of this one.
Mm-hmm.
But the sign stealing. I just want to
Yeah.
preface because I got all this Tennessee stuff. We lost. Straight up, we lost. Grubb said he's gonna have a completely different play calling deal going on, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But you said it before. There's a play where the linebacker just boom turned real quick. It was just
Yeah.
odd. Odd.
Everybody credited it as like, oh, like he's really studying film, and now the sign stealing allegations are coming out. Makes you look at it a little different.
Yeah, but like, okay, in all honesty, is that a bad thing?
Sign
Like,
stealing or
well, I mean, it's part of the game. Okay, if I'm gonna be honest,
mm-hmm.
I'm not the one that's gonna harp on it because me being a baseball player too, especially on second base, you're gonna try and get the pitch relay like you relay it to the hitter. It's part of the game. But at what extent is it uh shady, I guess? Because I don't know. I don't know. I don't know
I don't
how
know what that line is. I don't know
it's
if I know enough about coaching and play calling to know where that line is. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Maybe pull Mike Leach and throw a fake set of plays down
yeah,
and see if they pick it up and think that's the maybe something like that.
yeah, something
They go
like
there.
that. I would like to think this though. Why else did we put communication in the helmet
Yeah.
if something ceiling's that huge of a deal now? Right?
Yeah.
Do they not have play calls and verbiage that the
They got
players
three
don't have?
guys. Yeah, they got three guys on the sideline. One of them's the actual play caller, the other two are decoys.
Right. So my thing is you have that, you have the communication in the headset. What the hell else are you telling the guy in the headset
Yeah.
if you're not talking about the play?
Yeah.
So
Maybe it's the exact play they're running. Hey, QB draw right here. Some I don't know. I don't
maybe
know.
I don't know. So
But
I'd like to think it's not that big a deal.
mhm.
Uh, but if coaches are complaining about it, maybe it is.
Lane Kiffin was very vocal about it. I'll say that. But
Yeah.
now back to the Oklahoma situation though, because on paper, I know the scoreboard is a completely different story, but on
Mhm.
paper we whooped their fucking ass with excuse my language.
Yeah.
If you watch the same game, now there's a couple picks. Couple picks. One of them was a very bad pick. I'm going to throw out there. It was not a good pick.
Hmm.
You want those back. Want those back. Mateer looks good. I think Mateer's getting back to the point where he's healthy again. He looked pretty good. He wasn't throwing the ball as well, but they
Yeah.
were using his legs a lot more than they have previous weeks.
Yeah.
Now, I say that in saying that Oklahoma did beat us. I'm not saying that we should have won that game because we shouldn't have won that game. But yeah, they beat us. I think almost said Oklahoma. I think Alabama wins this one though. I'll say it.
Damn, that feels like bad luck, man.
What? Dude, I'm riding now on the Ty Simpson Heisman train.
Look at that.
I'm hopping on, if I'm gonna be honest.
Again, I know I said this on an earlier episode, but I said before the year, like I felt like the roster makeup reminded me of 2020. And I felt like Ty was in for a really good year, but he still is playing better than I expected. But what
What,
again?
two picks?
One
Maybe
pick.
three? He has one pick. I think I had one against LSU too.
Mm-mm.
So one pick. Okay.
One pick. He had a fumble against LSU though.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, but he's I think 22 touchdowns to one pick.
Ryan Williams looks healthy. I'll
He
say
is. He's
that.
playing a lot better now. I told you he wasn't healthy to start the year. I hate that we can't run the ball because that hurts Ryan's numbers.
Mhm.
We it's hard for us to dial up deep. Now, here's what I'll say about Ty, really quick. Ty needs to tighten up his deep ball. He's been missing on it pretty consistently over the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
See that clip I sent you of the throw to Germ?
Yeah.
Uh, just got to take a little bit more off that, and that's a touchdown.
Almost. Yeah, it was a touchdown. I mean, he had his guy beat pretty bad, if I'm being honest.
Pretty badly.
Yeah.
So he got to clean that up. But yeah, he takes care of the ball, man, and
Mhm.
I'm super impressed by it.
Yeah. No, I think Alabama wins this one. I agree with you on the ugliness of it too. Um, is Oklahoma the number one defense in the country? Do we
I said,
know? Let me see. Let me look up. Because I will say, if they couldn't throw the ball against us, but we get them in third and 14, and they're gonna. I mean, our third down defense was awful, so you get them in third and 14. That's an easy first down. If I'm gonna be completely honest, I think y'all have a better job of containing that. If I'm gonna be honest,
uh-huh,
but yeah, I think Alabama wins this one. If I'm gonna be completely honest,
look
off
at
of
that.
emotions and feel, I think Alabama wins this, and then y'all lose to Auburn.
Wow, you still trying to throw that other L in there, man.
No, I'm kidding. Well, I mean, it's. I think. Well, I hate to say it. You said this at the beginning of the year, not to panic.
I said, breathe, man.
Yeah, you did. And Alabama looks really good. I hate to say it. They really do.
Yeah, man. I'm glad mostly that DeBoer is off the hot seat. Unless something crazy were to happen, where
He
we were to
drops.
drop the next three, or find a way to miss the playoff,
Yeah.
I think DeBoer is safe at least for heading into next year.
Worst case scenario, what happens if y'all lose Oklahoma and then what?
We
Two
have Eastern
losses?
Illinois after that. Yeah,
Yeah,
it'll be
that's a
two,
dub. That's a dub.
and then we have Auburn after that to
Is
close.
because we talked about this at the beginning of the year. Uh 9-3 at Alabama is not acceptable.
It's not.
Do
No,
you,
9-3 in back-to-back years would be ridiculous.
yeah, and that's a whole complete flip of the season too.
Right,
Because then you're looking at a possible playoff bid. Now you're looking at the Music City Bowl.
right.
Not
Right now,
actually,
we're looking
not
at a buy
actually
potentially.
a buy. Is that what you said? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we're looking at a buy in the playoff potentially.
y'all. I mean, A&M's the number one team in the SEC.
We're number two.
Let's look at that race. You got A&M, Ole Miss, Georgia, Alabama.
We're above both of them. I
Yeah,
believe.
throw Vanderbilt in there. As
Yeah.
crazy as that is to say. Because golly, I don't know how they won that game against Auburn, if I'm being completely honest, but it is
Me
what it
either,
is.
man.
Uh, yeah, I mean, dude, honestly, A&M looks really freaking good. And I'll say this because I watched the past 2 weekends, I've actually locked in on A&M.
Yeah,
They might
I
have
have.
they might have the fastest wide receivers in the country, if I'm going to be completely
Oh,
honest.
Concepcion and
And Carver or Corver.
Mario Craver.
Yeah, thank you for that. They are quick as can be, and it's mind blowing. And the running backs are solid too.
Yeah.
And then you got the Marcel Reed, which we know a little bit about him because of NBA. I don't. Did you go to the state championship in
See,
2020?
I don't. So I was talking to Cam the other day, and Cam says he remember he was there our senior year, and he
Yeah,
was NBA's backup,
yeah,
and he says like he remembered talking to him or something. I don't
yeah,
remember the kid, but so I wasn't at that. I don't know if I was at that state championship game, but I now realize he came from NBA. You know, he got a little support coming out the Division 3. You know, three double. You know what I'm saying? I can't even
yeah.
remember
Division two, AAA. Yeah, shout him
two
out.
AAA man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
just actual ball in the state of Tennessee. If I'm being honest, that's where real ball players go.
Real quick, hey, and speaking of that, hey, last time I looked at Max Preps, Division 2 AAA has three teams ranked in the Max Preps National Top 50.
Who? I know it's us and Baylor. Then who's the third one?
Brentwood,
Brownwood. Brownwood's good again.
they are good again.
I
They
didn't
got
realize that.
they got a 5-star receiver out there. That's
Yeah, I know we're trying to get him right now.
yeah.
Shout
Y'all
out
better
Tennessee.
focus on David Gabriel
He's going
Georgia,
to he's going to Ohio State. Apparently, that's what I've heard.
for real.
Yeah. Oh, this is another thing. Okay, because we're kind of going off like a
I
tangent here,
know. That's my bad.
but uh, I was talking to my dad and some people about this, but at what point is there a cap in NIL? Look at what I mean. Okay, with all due respect, I'm not throwing shots in any way because if it's there, you should use it, right?
Hmm.
But look at football, for example, Texas Tech. I don't know how many millions of dollars they've spent. Apparently, they're the number one spender
Yeah.
in the NIL. Then you've got A&M up there, Ohio State's up there. On the basketball end, BYU went out and got AJ, and they flipped some shady stuff with a guy from Baylor. And
Yeah, they got AJ. They stole him from us.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. And then Kentucky spent $20 million on their roster, and then they got beat by Louisville last night. Shout
Yeah.
out the Cardinals. Shout them out. But at what point is there a cap on NIL? And I will say this too, because with the whole Tony Vitello situation,
Yeah.
um, he did a whole interview just talking about the whole process, and he got a little emotional about it, but then he talked about the whole NIL, and this is where I was kind of taking it with, but or taking this conversation to, but his whole point, and this is paraphrased because not the actual quote, but how do you keep guys on a team that have 1 foot in, 1 foot out?
Right.
Because he didn't name drop someone, but if you're a Tennessee baseball fan, you know who it is. that he was gone pretty much midway through the season.
Hmm.
He ended up at an ACC school. I'm going to throw that out there too. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Hmm.
But yeah, as a coach, and then there's the whole negotiations at the end of the year with trying to keep players.
Yeah.
You got that with Nico in the spring, and allegedly there were guys holding out in December, allegedly December for Tennessee before their first round playoff game against Ohio State. So
Yeah. So here's my thoughts on it. I think there's two or three points I want to make because I think we could do a whole episode on this, so I don't want to be too long winded.
yeah,
Number one, people as fans, we need to remember, uh, because these deals and stuff are going through collectives and stuff, and we hear reported money, most of the numbers we hear are false. We don't know how much these guys are actually getting paid, and typically it's a lot less than we think they
yeah,
are. On three is lying to you. Number two, uh, number two is I think there should be a cap on how much a player can receive from a collective
yeah.
because collectives are not necessarily requiring actual brand work.
No,
I
it's
do
just
not,
like
yeah.
no, go on. It's I was about to say it's just like from what I've got, because like Tennessee's collective, they've got like merch of players you can buy a
Hmm.
shirt or like they do autograph signings.
I believe there's also like donations that
Yeah.
you can just make to the collective, right?
Oh,
Um,
yeah. I found something interesting out about a possible donor giving 20% of his salary to a certain collective. That is
mhm,
confirmed. Someone that I know personally.
mhm.
But yeah, that's all I'm going to say to that. So 20% of his salary, if I'm going to be completely honest, is nuts. But yeah,
That's ridiculous.
yeah,
But the third thing is, I do not think there should be a cap on how much players can receive for actual NIL. And here's what
mhm,
I think is the problem with NIL, and I'm gonna wrap it up. NIL has turned into salary, which is not what it was ever intended to be. It's supposed to be how much a player can make based off brand deals. So if we find a way that people like Travis Hunter, Shador Sanders, Jeremiah Smith, Ryan Williams, people like that who have big brands, they are obviously should be able to make millions of dollars because their brand warrants it. Arch Manning deserves millions of dollars because his brand warrants it, because he's a Manning, right? You get that based off how much endorsement money you can produce.
yeah,
Anything outside of that deserves a cap that should be well below $1 billion
yeah,
from what you're receiving from the school. But as far as how much money I can make based off what people are willing to pay me for endorsements, there's no salary cap for that in any other realm
mhm,
of.
no,
But there is a cap for salary, and I think we're getting into salary without implementing a cap, and we probably just need to find a way to gear it back towards NIL being for making money literally off your name, image, and likeness.
yeah.
So,
Two things on that because one of them I think we've mentioned before, but like this has always been shady to me is the Tennessee being the leader with all this with the 10% talent fee on tickets.
hmm.
Now 10% might not be sounding like a lot, but 10% turns into 15, possibly
Right.
20%. It just keeps getting um on that note, this little transition to could possibly be our last thing we talk about, unless we want to talk about other games. I don't know. But
Trying to
it's
think.
it's we're just talking about the ruining of college sports here too. Because now now we got G League players coming to play college basketball.
Yeah,
How does that make any sense at all?
it doesn't make any sense to me. I haven't read into the loophole.
I don't know it either.
I
I've
hate
not
the
even given
idea
it
of
a
it.
time of day. Not even giving it a time of day.
I hate the idea of it. I just if you play, and I get there's something with like the international sports, and they're like people play professional internationally before they're 18, and then they can come over.
Yeah.
Um, I think the NCAA should bar people who have played in professional leagues, and that includes international.
Yeah.
And that being said, that means international needs to, if they want to send kids to American colleges, they need to create more amateur types of leagues. And I understand like that everybody coming over from, especially overseas, is not at a tremendous advantage like
Yeah.
some of these G League guys might be. But unfortunately, they're just gonna have to suffer the bad part of it.
I'm on the train that international players are hypothetically better than G League players, so I'm going to be honest.
Yeah,
Uh yeah, I mean, I'm trying to word this properly because I don't want to get it wrong.
yeah.
But it's there is the fine line though because God, I mean, there's two guys on Tennessee that are overseas. There's the point guard from Virginia Tech who's from overseas. There's countless players. We can go on and on. Uh golly, who was it? Was it I think it was UT Martin. UT Martin, I think, I think most of the roster is international. I think they got one
Mhm,
American player. Pinning that because I could be wrong. I think it's UT Martin.
mhm.
It's
Okay.
some, but yeah, and then like Santiago Vescovi, he came over and played. He joined midway through the season. So
Yeah,
does that mean these G League players are they eligible right now?
right.
Does that because I mean there's no laws about this as bad as that sounds. And it's just does that mean that well, I guess not really because there's the NFL Academy is completely different, I think, right? They're not getting
Yeah,
20-year-olds.
it's still considered to be an amateurs league, I believe.
Yeah, but they're not like 20. Well, I guess football is different because I mean, but anyways,
Different,
well,
yeah.
where's the line drawn? If I'm going to be completely honest, because at this point, I feel like I could go suit up and play somewhere if I wanted to.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
eligibility, I've only burned 1 year of my eligibility.
I got five.
Exactly, exactly.
So
It's crazy, dude. And then back to the NIL, you've got the players tournament where you can win millions of dollars in the NIL. It's crazy, dude.
yeah,
Which I'm
yeah.
excited for it. Don't get me wrong. I'm very excited for it.
See, and even like that, I don't necessarily mind because like that, the tournaments you're playing for and you're boosting your brand by being on the stage.
Yeah,
Like in theory, you're working for it that way. It's just the I show up and I get this. I get
yeah,
this for signing that I'm not necessarily a huge fan of because I don't
yeah.
think it's NIL.
And look how it's panning out though. All the guys that have signed $1 million deals, quote unquote, and they're getting benched or leaving for more money somewhere and all of that. I mean, and then you got the guys flipping. The guy, I mean, Kinshawn Judkins came out and said, I don't know how serious he was about this, but the reason why he went to Ohio State was because of the NIL. Granted, I don't know if he was being sarcastic or serious or what the context was.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a tool to flip people, and I don't know. I could see this ending horribly, and it sucks because I love college sports. So,
Now, I do got one more thing because I feel like we be doing everybody a disservice by not at least mentioning the game. Georgia, Texas.
oh, we got to.
We got
Yeah,
to. So we can close with that.
yeah.
I'll pass this one to you. Like I remember how this thing went last year. You think it's gonna be much of the same? Or do you think Texas has it in them this year to upset Georgia?
No, this is, dude. It's crazy because all the Georgia guys I know hate on Mike Bobo.
Really?
Yeah, and granted, it's a very like
Because he runs the
screens
ball on third and long or
and
throws
a
short
lot of
screens?
screen passes, but it opens up so much, and then you're winning the game. And Georgia's the team that you think they're going to lose because they're down at halftime and they come back and they win.
Yeah.
Arguably should have, could have, maybe won that Alabama game if they took the points and not try to go for it. We're gonna
Hey,
just they didn't win the game,
they didn't.
but yeah, I think Georgia wins this one. I still don't think. I don't know. I don't want to say Arch is a bust or not. I'm gonna leave it at that.
I don't think Archer's played a great game all year.
No,
But yeah, I don't really got a but. I got Georgia winning this game. uh,
it's at home too.
they're at home.
I
Yeah,
think
I
the
don't.
I think the bigger game we need to talk to is Georgia Tech, Georgia in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
That's the
that was
bigger
gonna
game we
be
need to talk
interesting.
to.
I just don't think. I don't think Georgia's gonna lose twice at home. Um, the only thing on Texas's side is that they're fighting for their lives. They're fighting for their season.
I wanted to bring that up, and I'm glad you brought that up real quick because
You don't think they are?
no, I'm talking about the rankings though,
Oh yeah,
because they're back in the top 10.
yeah. They're at 10.
Oklahoma's at 11. I mean, there's not really any things I think is wrong here.
I think the committee is killing it so far.
Yeah, I think it's been a good. The only thing I've got is why are we in the top 25? I'm gonna be completely honest. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking there. I'm not gonna complain about it, but
Yeah, y'all get credited for the close losses.
I guess so. Strength of schedule, man. Strength of schedule.
No.
I'm here for hoops. I'm ready for hoop season. If you couldn't
My
tell,
only thing is I am a. I see it. I see
yeah,
it. Hey, speaking of hoops, you know you like that St. John's win
that was a
in
good win.
Madison
I'll give it to
Square.
you. That was a good win. That was a good win. I'll give it to you. I'm
But
not gonna give you much more, but I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one.
hey, you better prepare for five line, man.
We got two. Hey, we get you home and away this year. I'm excited about that. Two
Yeah,
opportunities.
we're
Two
gonna have to pop
opportunities.
out of one of them, man.
I'm down. I'm down. Whatever which one works for you. I'll be there for either one. Uh hey, Magic are up 15-6 right now too.
Who
Turning
they
the
playing?
season. They're playing the Knicks. Turning the season around. Let's go. But nah, dude. Yeah, I don't really college basketball wise, I don't have much to talk about other than Florida's gotten a couple iffy ones. Boston College lost me $10 to win $350, if I'm to be completely honest. Leave it at that. They might be the worst ACC team I've seen because they pissed me off. I'm going to be completely honest there. But that's all I got on that. It's too early. But
Yeah,
yeah.
that's all I got, man.
Yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Appreciate the love.